In this video, we're going to talk about one of the filmmaking stages you should know about, which is pre-production. Welcome back to another video. My name is Luis Garcia and you're watching Wise Mind Films. In today's episode of First Time Filmmakers, we're going to go through the pre-production stage of filmmaking. What I'm going to try to do is actually correlate it to independent filmmaking and YouTube culture, as opposed to a big budget Hollywood feature kind of a pre-production process. Something else to consider when writing your script is the locations you have access to. Do you know anybody with a business who's willing to let you film on their premises in exchange for free advertisement? Are there any dope locations around your city that you have access to that you can legally film on, or some places where you can at least film guerrilla style? Now, this may cause you to actually set your locations in your home, in your cars, or in your backyards, but that's not always a bad thing. I was recently watching an interview from Film Courage where they interviewed Shane Stanley, and this is what he had to say about them.
Locations are key because anybody can shoot in their house, anybody can shoot in their kitchen, anybody can shoot in their car. Our job as storytellers is to take people places where they can't go, where they wish to go, or where they're afraid to go. And if you give them locations that are just, interesting and break the monotony of every other low budget film, I think you'd be surprised how much more success you can have with your film.
That actually hit home because all the ideas, all the short films and projects that I have planned out for this year take place in my home, garage, and car. We're in the middle of a pandemic, so we have to do what we have to do when it comes to locations. But something that stuck out was the fact that he said, us as filmmakers, us as storytellers, our job is to actually take the audience to places where either they can't go, they want to go, or they're afraid to go. For example, one of the films that I'm working on involves crime. It involves a story of, betrayal and things of that nature. And there's drugs in this film. And so what I can do is transform whatever location I am going to use. So I'm going to just try to make it look as rundown as possible. So already I'm in talks of using a basement, somebody's basement, as I know. Why? Because it's gritty, it's run down, it gives it that trap house feel. Something else that I'm learning through an account on TikTok is how to, work with props, movie props. It's like a behind the scenes account that shows you different movie props. And one of the videos was showing how they make fake drugs for movies. So I already have ideas of things to put in the background that's going to make it actually look like a place that people are probably normally afraid to go. I think that's one of the biggest things, that's one of the biggest takeaways, is that regardless of what your locations are, I think set dressing is going to go a long way. So if you only have access to your home and it's not a mansion, or if you only have access to certain cars and they're not like exotic cars, just do the best with the other things that are in the frame to kind of sell your story. So in my case, I'm looking for something gritty, run down, which is the basement, but I'm also going to have fake looking drugs and prop guns and things of that nature that basically is going to sell the fact that this is a criminal enterprise. Something else to keep in mind is the actors that we want to play in our film. If you have big budgets, then this is not something that you're going to worry about because you're going to have talented people who do this for a living to play in your movies. But for those of us who have to rely on our friends and family to actually play on our films, try to make it easier for them by writing their characters as similar to them as possible. Chances are our friends and family are not really gunning for an Oscar. If they are, that's actually pretty dope. But for those that aren't, try to make the role as natural to them as possible. This way, it'll actually ease the fear and the stigma of being on camera. As filmmakers and as directors, it's our job to convey the vision of the film to our actors, but it's up to them to actually make the characters their own. So if we actually include in the script or in these characters things that they would normally say or things that they would actually do, then it's going to make that transition a little bit easier. So remember, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell for more videos like this. And until next time, consume less and create more.